What's up with you?
Then what's up, me?
Are you happy, babe? If you're not, let me know, let me know.
Why didn't you answer when I called?
I didn't hear my phone
You
ring.
saw me calling. And I
Here you
told you how
go
this shit made
again.
me feel.
Look, I'm not trying to keep having the same conversation over and over. I told you I was working.
I don't care what conversation you're not trying to have. I don't believe you.
You don't answer your phone all the time either.
We're not talking about me.
Yeah,
We just have so much to talk about.
you could have just said that.
I'm
All of
tired
this
of
can be
arguing and shit.
avoided.
I'ma say you perfect. All of the stress you went through, girl, you.
Alright, so I'm Valencia Jean. I'm with Straight to the Point, Straight to the Streets. Today we're talking about communication and relationships. How long you guys been together?
Well, we're not together. It's a
We're not,
situationship.
yeah.
Okay, I feel that. Is it better? It's convenient for y'all?
I wouldn't say convenient.
I mean, it's just a
Sorry.
growing process.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely not
Convenience, not
convenient. 'Cause I live in
convenient,
Atlanta.
Okay.
Convenience is conclusive. It's like
So
this
travel.
we're growing.
But you
Yeah.
really like him because you travel.
Absolutely.
I love that. So have you guys known each other long?
It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Okay, well, highlights.
So we met in 2008,
Oh wait.
and
That's
we
right.
went to
2008
college
is
together.
correct.
The illustrious
She-
South Carolina State University.
Okay.
He was in my class, and he ignored me.
She had a nigga that she married and had 2 babies with later on that I respected.
But this was not at the time.
Understood.
This was not.
But
I said highlights. He gave me
the
highlights.
respect factor.
And then
Cool.
last year at homecoming, we ran into each other, and
Okay.
we've been doing this ever since.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
HBCU love story.
Definitely.
Have y'all had issues in your relationship with communicating with each other, meaning different styles or not understanding what the other person is saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely the more chatty one.
Yeah, I'm more reserved.
I'm from Thailand.
Okay, awesome. Is your boyfriend also from Thailand or is he?
He's American. He's
Okay.
from here. We kind of like from really totally different culture. That's why communication for us is really hard.
Okay.
But I kind of figure out a little
Yeah.
for American people and
Yeah.
kind of like learn, and he learned too.
Yeah.
For like more like Thai culture that I have. I'm grew up there for 22 years. And when I came here, it's not like easy to get rid of it. So that's why we have to work a lot
Yeah.
together.
I actually do appreciate the silence sometimes. It's nice to just be able to exist in the same space. You don't always have to be talking, and the balance is nice, and it makes it so that when he does feel like talking, it feels like a treat.
So my boyfriend and I just moved together, literally like 2 weeks ago. So it's been like a big,
Oh, it's new.
a big thing for us. And we like had a little rough spot when we first moved in because he had a job and he quit his job, and it was like a whole thing. And I definitely think like that was our first big interaction or like argument that we've had. And I think it was really positive for us to like learn how to navigate that together. We were really like open, and we both have really big feelings. So it was really important for us to like simmer them down together and then like talk. So I think we definitely like understood each other better at this point.
This is the most communicative situationship, relationship, friendship I've ever been in. Ever in my life.
For sure.
Love that. How do you, with all the things that's gone on with you guys and the long distance, what do you personally say is the thing that keeps you guys going together?
Just being genuinely interested in one another and genuinely invested. It's like it's not on no like surface shit. You know, like surface shit that easily long distance can fade away easily, but like it actually made us get to know each other a lot more versus the physical, because we really be talking every day.
I love that.
You know, versus like, oh, you coming to chill, and we chill and end up fucking. You know, like there's little to no communication there.
Right.
No,
But
no, no.
actually, like we are in constant communication daily.
Right. In bad communication, if y'all ever had it, do you feel like it's rooted from your upbringing, maybe not seeing good communication? Or do you feel like once you get old enough to really be in a fully committed relationship, it's just because you're too young to be able to have the right communication?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Because you communicate first from home. You learn languages, like how to speak to someone, if you raise your voice or not. You learn all that at home. So I think it just kind of grows into you as an adult, and then you figure it out.
I grew up in an environment where my parents didn't really communicate like that when they were together. And then when they broke up, like my dad does not communicate, and my mom was very communicative, but I was raised that men don't really talk about shit. So like, I'm trying to be better about that, but I realize even sometimes when I'm in a relationship that I'm not the best communicator because of how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that in relationships with other people that I've been in, how they were raised is, you know, it's almost like a brainwashing. Like you're raised to communicate the way that you do, and you have to kind of buck that brainwashing.
My like boyfriend grew up in a household where everything was always like out in the open. Like if they were mad, they talked about it. Like they would like yell sometimes, you know, not in a healthy way. In my household, it was very like you simmer down on your own and like process things, and then you may not talk for like a day or so, and then you would like reconvene and kind of talk about it. So that definitely has played a role in like how we communicate with one another, and we kind of have to like meet each other where we are with like, because he obviously wants to like get everything out in the open at first, and I don't really want to do that. You know, we are young and we're very both headstrong in like what we believe that a relationship should be. So I think it's both. It's like your upbringing, and then also having to like grapple with the fact that you could be wrong in what you think because you're young and you still don't know like how a relationship should work.
Because sometimes we go in situations expecting a person to love us a certain way. Maybe that person might not have the capacity to do that. And you know, you're sitting there expecting them to continuously change and maybe evolve with the relationship with you, and they might not necessarily be on that same page. And I think it all comes down to like you even learning your own love language. But it's like it's hard for people to sit down and I say do that self-work. I find that in a lot of people. Like we may grow up with traumas, and I've grown up with things myself, but the self-work it's a challenge for a lot of people to do.
I really encourage anybody to get therapy because it makes you realize and take accountability for the shit that you do. And for the shit that you put out to other people. So in terms of communication, that's what made me realize that I'm not always the best communicator, because I've always expected it, but I don't always give it because of how I was raised.
I think that communication is something you have to constantly be working at, because maybe what worked a couple months ago isn't working now because of what you might be going through at that time. So it's always a check-in process. Like we do a lot of check-ins, like, hey, are you still happy? You still fuck with me?
I love that. Right, okay. You like this?
Just making sure,
I love that.
No, yeah, you got it.
Okay.